This looks like a job for Superman.
Guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
Hulk! Smash!
Who is Spider-Man? He's a criminal, that's who he is. A vigilante, a public menace. What's he doing on my...
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to exit the donut.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
A little fight here. I like that. I'm Batman. And here we go.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Hero Talk, where we talk all things superheroes, from TV shows to movies and the news in between. So my name is Trey Mitchell, and I'm joined here with my three co-hosts, Josh, Raymond, and Cris. Josh, how you doing?
I'm good.
And then Cris?
I'm doing pretty good too. Still haven't gotten kicked off the show, so I'm doing something right.
Yet. And Raymond, how you?
Anxiously waiting for Civil War.
I definitely agree with that.
It's so close.
So we're just going to get into the news right now, and the first piece of news comes from Warner Brothers as Seth Grahame-Smith departs the Flash movie due to creative differences with Warner Brothers. So according to The Hollywood Reporter, Seth Grahame-Smith has decided to depart the project over creative differences. That's a reason everyone from Edgar Wright to Michael LeCarn have given for not working on the superhero movies, but seeing The Flash would have marked Grahame-Smith's directorial debut. Perhaps the studio got nervous about putting such an important piece in the hands of someone so experienced, maybe. After all, they need all these DC comic adaptations to be hit after the mixed response from Batman v Superman. And then also, people have been reporting that James Wan, the director of Aquaman, might leave the project, but recently he posted a picture of him standing in front of a picture of Aquaman, seemingly shutting down all the rumors that he might leave the project of Aquaman. So first thing, we got the Seth Grahame-Smith leaves the Flash. So Josh, are you surprised by this, and do you think it's the right move?
I didn't even know Flash had a director. I didn't even know they had a director signed on until he left. That's when I first found out, but I don't really care. He's a first-time director. He's written what I know of, he's written bad movies, so I don't really care. I'm kind of glad he's gone. So that doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
How about you, Raymond?
Well, I haven't really heard of Seth Grahame-Smith up until, I knew that the Flash had a director. I just didn't know that he was the director, and I never really looked into him. When the news came about that he was leaving due to creative issues or creative differences, I feel like that's kind of a weird thing, honestly. He's a first-time director, so I feel like that being the excuse why. I don't know, the idea of him being this movie was going to be his directorial debut, I feel like there should have been a different reason. I don't think he's directed enough to say that there's been creative differences. But then again, creativity when it comes to a movie doesn't really always come down to who's directing it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Cris?
Who is this guy? What has he directed? I didn't even hear about this guy till we looked over this today.
He's never directed anything. I'm pretty sure he's written the scripts for Lincoln, a Vampire Hunter. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy was running the movie?
Yeah. Well, he's directing it too. So I don't really understand where they even got him.
Me neither.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen the movies, so I'm not gonna, throw any unintentional shade. But maybe. You never know, man. I mean, for all we know, this guy could have been trying to make this movie just the Flash TV show in the movie. You never know. It could, because that's the first thing I came up with. I started thinking, who was trying to, make this really similar to the show? But we don't know, and we probably won't know, or at least not for a while. But I don't know who they're gonna go for this movie. I'm still looking forward to it, but it's this is just a setback. It's not like the release guy. Okay, it's not like the release date got switched or anything yet, so it's not something to panic over yet. I mean, no one's been recasted, no one's been, left the project because of this yet. So let's not panic yet. I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Still looking forward to it.
I don't think we need to panic. I think it's probably a good thing that the director left, and I think that creative differences, that's the scapegoat term for when directors leave projects. Yeah, so I don't think it's that big of a deal that they're changing directors, but I think if they do, they are changing directors, but I think the people that I want to come make the movie are Lord and Miller. I know that they already wrote some part of a script or something for the movie. I think they backed out to direct Han Solo, so maybe, I don't know if they're still, they can still pull it out where they can do both movies, but it's definitely something that I don't see as a problem just because the movie hasn't started shooting or anything, and I think that getting a guy who has never directed a movie first off and has written 2 scripts where the majority of people who saw the movie did not like the movie or the scripts, I don't understand where they even got this guy. So I think it's definitely not a bad thing that they're changing directions and they had, quote, creative differences, because I think that this gives them a chance to come and bring someone else in that has a better vision. And we saw with Ant-Man, Edgar Wright left, and who directed Ant-Man?
Peyton Reed.
Peyton Reed came in. I thought he nailed that movie. I really enjoyed that movie. So I don't know. That's just one example. I think Thor: The Dark World had the same thing. I haven't even seen that movie just because I'd have no inclination to see it. But who do you guys want to come and direct this?
I would have loved to see Lord and Miller, but they wrote like a draft or something for Flash, but now they're doing Han Solo, which I'd rather them doing Han Solo, but whatever. So
are Chris Miller and the other guy not doing Han Solo anymore?
No, they're doing Han Solo.
Oh, okay.
They wrote a draft for Flash like a year ago or something like that. Before they were even announced for Han Solo, they wrote a draft for Flash.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I haven't been keeping up with that.
I don't know who I would want to direct. I just want someone to have like a funny tone to the movie. I don't really know.
It needs to have fun.
It's got to be a comedic, like maybe more of a comedic director.
And that's why Lord Miller sounds so perfect for the role.
Yeah, exactly. We know they could do like action, like with the 21, 22 Jump Street movies, but like the action in those movies are great, and then also the comedy, so they would have been perfect. But I don't know.
I have no idea who I would want to direct this. I don't really know, who would fit that well. I think as long as they get a guy who has his own vision and wants to make it different than the Flash TV show, they have a chance to make a good movie here. But do you guys think that there's any chance James Wan leaves Aquaman?
No. Every time he's talked about it, he sounded so passionate about it. And anyone so passionate about something won't just up and leave it.
Unless something really bad happens. Like, everyone was saying, when this Flash director left, everyone was saying, oh, DC's in trouble. Everyone was over-exaggerating. I was like, seriously, they're not in trouble. James Wan basically confirmed that with that Aquaman photo. He's still there. It's not like he's leaving. So if James Wan left, yes, they're in trouble, but they're not. They're not right now.
Yeah. So, all right. So I think we are in opinion that we don't really think that this is a bad thing that Seth Grahame-Smith is leaving the Flash, and James Wan definitely ain't leaving because.
Could I say something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
No.
I know that for a fact that a director that I would want to take over for the Flash would probably be Edgar Wright.
Really?
It probably would be him. Almost all the movies I've seen of his. What has he done?
Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Hot Fuzz.
The World.
Yeah, those movies. Still part of his story is in Ant-Man too. So.
I would love to see Edgar Wright do the Flash. If Edgar Wright got signed on to do Flash, I would be so excited because Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of my favorites.
He's working on a different movie right now. I think it's called Baby Driver. I follow him on Instagram and he keeps posting stuff about it. But
James Gunn would be a good name too.
Yeah.
I can't see him working in a DC movie, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I can't really.
Didn't he say some, hateful comments about the Suicide Squad trailer? I remember I read something that said that.
He did?
I read something, but you gotta remember, I follow a bunch of DC shows, so this I can neither confirm nor deny. But I heard something with James Gunn and Suicide Squad with disagreements.
James Gunn's just a hater sometimes.
Yeah.
Still a great guy. I'd still want to meet that guy in real life, man. I did hug that guy.
All right, so are you guys done with the Flash yet?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So our next piece of news is also DC movie related. So Ben Affleck and Geoff Johns are rumored to have complete creative control over the solo Batman movie. And according to the newest episode of Heroic Hollywood Insider, hosted by Hollywood producer Daniel Alter, who produced Hitman Agent 47, and the Hollywood Scoopman's own Humberto El Mayimbe Gonzalez, DC Entertainment Chief Creative Officer Geoff Johns, who could be looked upon as the Kevin Feige of the DC Cinematic Universe, as some have said. And Oscar winner Ben Affleck will have, quote, complete creative control over the solo Batman film, which logically indicates that Zack Snyder, Deborah Snyder, Charles Roven, or any other frequent DCEU overseer has no say on what Johns and Affleck ultimately cook up. Alter and Gonzalez further report that Affleck is taking lead and Johns is more of a consultant, providing necessary references to comic book lore and necessarily shaping the story. So, Ben Affleck, Geoff Johns, no Snyder, no Deborah Snyder. Is this a good thing? I'm pretty sure, at least in my opinion, this is a great thing. Ben Affleck is, he's great. I think he's a great director. I'm really impressed with him as Batman, personally. And I think, he's already written a script for The Batman, as people are calling it. And I feel like, well, we're going to talk about it later, but Ben Affleck is a big Batman fan. He had a Batcave in one of his houses. He grew up reading Batman comics. And I feel like he and Geoff Johns really understand what the character of the Batman is. And I think they can really bring the most comic book, true to the Batman lore story that we've seen on film yet. And that's my opinion, and I'm glad Snyder's not involved. Not anything against him. I just want to see a fresh vision for Batman, and that's my opinion. So, Josh, what do you think about this?
I think it's fine. But I trust Ben Affleck and Geoff Johns enough, so I'm excited for this. I just think if Zack Snyder is the Feige of the universe, he should have a little bit of control, a little bit of his hands in the box or in the toy box or whatever.
Everyone would die.
I mean. I think this movie it's definitely going to be a prequel. It's going to take place way before Man of Steel, or hopefully it is.
Yeah.
So, that's what I really hope.
There's just more stories to tell in that time period.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe Under the Red Hood or something like that.
Actually, well,
I know a story later we're going to talk about, but I still think Under the Red Hood could happen.
Yeah, I mean, an aspect of it could totally happen, but...
Yeah, so. And then, there's just so much they could do. We could, adapt so many different comic book storylines that, who knows, there's so many options they could do. I can't wait.
Last thing I'm going to say before I let Raymond and Chris give their takes on this is that I think a lot of people want Hush to be adapted into a movie, but in my opinion, that should be the end game of the last movie of the Batman trilogy, where you see Hush has kind of been in, he's been the puppet master of it all. So I know a lot of people want Hush to be adapted, and if you guys have not read that story, really, really good. As we're going to talk about later, it kind of has all the Batman rogues in it, and it introduces a new one that we really haven't seen before. So yeah,
I love Hush. That would be awesome.
Hush is great. Yeah, I think that's definitely a new story that they could adapt, but like I said, not in one film. So I think that would take time to really make the payoff worthwhile. But yeah, Chris, what do you think of this?
See, when I heard this, I thought this was freaking cool as hell, because it's hardly ever you get to see just two guys of the whole movie have the complete control, and one guy being the director, producer, writer, and the other guy being Geoff freaking Johns, one of the greatest comic writers of all time. And also, I kind of hit me. Ben Affleck, if he got complete control, you got to think about this, man. It doesn't matter what you're writing, what you're directing. Sometimes you are going to want to ask for, an opinion of somebody, whether he's on the movie or not. And Ben Affleck is friends with Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith is a huge comic fan. So
yeah.
a little part of me is like, oh, I hope he asks Kevin for a little insight. And then Kevin Smith will say, I gave him this idea, and I'd be like, that's so cool, because Kevin Smith is the comic book man. He is.
Kevin would cry.
He would. He's like, you're asking me? Oh, that's so awesome. And I was like,
Kevin Smith is gonna.
That's cool, man.
I love that guy.
He's gonna be on set every single day for this movie, I guarantee.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
What I love about Kevin Smith is how he calls everyone a cat. This cat is gonna make a great movie.
Do you guys watch Comic Book Man? That show's
I do, yeah.
Where? What channel?
AMC.
Oh, I gotta watch that. I've heard of it. I haven't had a chance to. I forgot. But yeah. So Chris, do you have anything else to say about this, or?
So it's not confirmed yet if it's going to be before or after Man of Steel, right?
No, but the general consensus is it's going to be before, but like
We could basically assume.
what I'm like. I mean, this obviously isn't true. This is just the Twitter sphere. Is that I think 10 years before Batman v Superman is the targeted amount of time, because then it's reasonable. Like you can reasonably, because what makes me think this is in Batman v Superman, they added that gray highlight sort of to Ben Affleck's hair, so you could just take that out and instantly he'd look a little bit younger. So with makeup, they can really make him look younger, but.
Oh, definitely. Like, not even, like, maybe even just, you don't even need to aim high. Like, you could just be 5 years younger, like, 8 years younger. You don't even need to look too young.
Shave
Hollywood
him.
is just,
make
Hollywood
him
is
shave
just, yeah, but Hollywood is just freaking madmen when it comes to hair and makeup, man. They can make anyone look young. They can even do that digital stuff they did to Michael Douglas and Ant-Man. There's just so many options there as for this. So if that does happen, it's going to be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Raymond, what do you think of this?
You were talking the idea of Geoff Johns and Ben Affleck being the two people to have complete creative control over the movie. It sounds great, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. But personally, I have to say, yes, Zack Snyder, he can be a bit of a at times. It really depends on who you are as a person with your opinion of him. But
he's very polarizing.
When it comes to Zack Snyder, though, every time he knows how to direct action. Yeah, like you could look at Watchmen 300,
but he's not directing.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is they could have him as a consultant for the action.
That's a good point. Well,
he could always just give a call. It doesn't mean just because they're not credited doesn't mean they didn't help. I mean, there are probably so many people that helped with so many movies we've all seen that we just don't know about, man. Because when you're writing something, man, you're gonna want to, talk about this with somebody, anybody, man. So they can throw in like a movie that's written by one person could have had like 20 people give suggestions, man. You just never know, and they'd never have a name in it. So Zack Snyder could be one of those names.
Unless you're James Gunn, who like wrote the whole script on his own in like 2 days or something like that.
There could have been someone else in the room. There could have been someone else in the room.
Yeah,
there could have been an Ant-Man in the room.
He talked about how he wrote the Guardians of the Galaxy script in like one sitting.
Good for him.
It's the first draft, at least. Not the full one, but the first draft.
He should write every movie. Now after hearing that, he should write every movie. He should write so many drafts because that movie, Guardians, is so good.
What you guys said about there being someone who could help with the script or whatever, and not being really credited until we find out from years later or anything. Joe and Anthony Russo, the directors of Captain America: Civil War and Winter Soldier, actually said that they brought on the two directors who I think it was John Wick.
Yeah.
They brought on those two directors. They're brothers too, so you got a kinky relationship. But they brought on them.
Too far.
They brought on them to help with the airport scene in Civil War. And then they spent I think it was 2 weeks helping the Russo brothers with that action scene. But I don't think with this article saying that Ben Affleck and Johns have complete control, I don't think that means they're going to be only people involved. I just think they have sort of the final say. Do you know what I mean? Like they could still call Zack Snyder or have him come in. I think that I think Zack Snyder will definitely be involved in the movie. It's just his voice is not going to be more
as effective.
Yeah, he's not going to have say over it really. He's just going to be there to help. So sort of like it. I guess never mind. But yeah. So that's basically it for that piece of news. And then next we also have some Captain America stuff. So Civil War directors Joe and Anthony Russo discussed the possibility of someone new wielding the Captain America shield after Infinity War. So the Russo brothers, one of them said, I think it was Anthony, said that, quote, "We are moving into a phase with the storytelling where when we bring Captain America's story forward from Civil War, it's going to be into Avengers Infinity War, Anthony explains. That's the next chapter, so to speak, in his specific story, and there's been no talk of where to go beyond that. There are 2 gigantic movies that are intended to be a culmination of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, so there is going to be storytelling that happens in those films that we haven't seen yet in the MCU. So who's to say that the condition of the characters are who's to say what the condition of the characters are at that point, or who even makes it to that movie to begin with. Who makes it out of those movies is anyone's guess at this point. So it sounds like the door is open for Bucky, Cap, or Falcon Cap. That's a weird wording. So Bucky or Falcon to take the mantle of Cap. Raymond, do you think that either of these two could eventually take the mantle of being Captain America? And if so, who would you prefer?
It's definitely plausible, but as of recently, Chris Evans has constantly been saying, he's ready for more. He said if Marvel's willing to keep him on, he's definitely going to keep on.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly fine with that. But personally, I honestly would prefer Bucky because I don't know, like Sam Wilson in the MCU is great, but he doesn't seem like the proper choice compared to how Bucky is. Because when you look at the trailers from Civil War, yes, Falcon is one badass dude, and he's great as Falcon. But Bucky literally is like a mirror image of Cap. He's fought in war with him. He's his best friend. And just like in the scene in the first trailer for Captain America Civil War, they were throwing that shield around like nothing.
That's
Perfect synchronization. So it's just like, who else would you choose? It would make perfect sense. And also I feel like his suit, like I've seen some like Photoshop versions of like Bucky as Cap. There could be some really cool, like a cool looking suit that's based off like the red, white, blue, and then like the black to symbolize the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
that would be so cool.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I like that idea, but the only thing that I can see is reason why Bucky wouldn't be Cap is just because he was the Winter Soldier and he did kill people, and I don't know if people could really get past that. But
Cap's killed people.
Yeah, but for in the honor of justice.
Oh, okay.
Winter Soldier was like a mercenary assassin, so that's the difference. But Chris, like I asked Raymond, do you think that this could happen? And if so, who do you think they would choose?
I think it can happen, because there have been comics where they've replaced Captain America, and I'm pretty sure keeping true to comics is their job, but at the same time make it a little different. Mm-hmm. And who would they choose? They choose me. I'd send in a resume, give them everything they need to know about me. What
Funny
my
guy
past, yeah, exactly. Just make, and how I look in the suit, and they'll put me through some training because I'm not ripped, but I'm good enough. I'm pretty fast, so they'll just put me through some training. But they do that for
Chris.
every.
The shield's gonna be bigger than you.
I mean, they do that for every Marvel star. They put him through training. Look what Paul Rudd looked like before and after Ant-Man. So they'll put me through the right training. Make sure
Chris Pratt would be the better choice to explain, considering how much he transformed.
Yeah,
well, my name's Chris too, so we need another Chris in the MCU, and pick me for Captain America. I'm going to tag Marvel in this podcast today. Make sure I tell them what point of this video to look at. So vote me.
All right,
Yeah.
and Josh,
I think
Team Chris.
Bucky should be the one replacing Cap. In my opinion, I think after Infinity War, I think our 4 core Avengers are all gonna leave. And maybe Hulk might stay, Mark Ruffalo, because he wasn't in the Incredible Hulk. So I think besides him, I think everyone else leaves. So you got Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. They leave or die or whatever, and then we'll see. New Captain America will be Bucky. Or hopefully it'll be Bucky. I love Bucky, so it'll be pretty cool to see that. It won't be Sam Wilson. It won't be Falcon. It'll be Bucky. Yeah.
I actually disagree with all of you. I think Sam Wilson, in my opinion, is the more likely choice. Just because I think that Anthony Mackie has charisma to him that I think Captain America could have. And I think it'd be kind of a cool way to diversify Captain America. I'm not saying you make him Captain America because he's black. I'm just saying I like the character. I think he has more to offer as Captain America than Bucky. But I haven't seen Civil War, so that could really make me choose, make my what am I trying to say? That could make me think one way or another, because I recently watched the first Avenger last night, and Bucky is a great character in that. He really, personifies what Captain America is also. So that's a good point for why Bucky could be. But I don't know how much of the first Avenger Bucky is going to be left, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how much he'll be the same as he was, because he was the Winter Soldier. He did.
Excuse me.
Whoa. And he did kind of get mind wiped and everything. But I think Falcon would be the better choice, in my opinion. But I really haven't seen a lot of Bucky yet, so I think Civil War could make me feel one way or another about that. But regarding if they will, I don't think they will do it for another few years. And I think there's a better possibility of them just recasting than putting Bucky or Falcon as Cap. But who knows? I don't even know. I don't know how much longer the cinematic universe can go. I think it can go pretty long. I think there could be a reboot of it that could happen. Has a better chance of happening than Bucky or Falcon taking the mantle. But who knows? Marvel is capable of anything. So, anything else before we talk about our next Captain America topic?
Vote Chris for Captain America, please.
We're going to put that out as a Twitter poll, and let's see who they vote. But, all right. But
you just want me to lose, don't you?
Yep. But, all right. So, our next piece of news is Captain America Civil War directors tease Spider-Man's relationship with Iron Man moving forward. So, I read over this, and I'm pretty sure there aren't any spoilers, but if there are, I'll put a big spoiler warning in the video. So, talking to IGN recently, Joe Russo explained what it is that makes Spider-Man so unique, and had to say in response to the interviewer mentioning that the scenes between Peter and Tony are a highlight in his hopes to see that relationship continue. Quote, absolutely, it's going to. I think Downey is officially signed on now to Spider-Man Homecoming, and I think that's what's so fun about it. That's what's different in terms of this interpretation of Spider-Man. Two things. One is that we cast an actor who is very close to the age of a high schooler. Tom is really the first young actor to portray the part, and he has incredible vulnerability and a certain confidence married together that create this very youthful and exciting character. Two, the other thing that's compelling is he's now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and can interact with characters in the universe. So basically, Iron Man and Spider-Man are going to have a relationship moving past Civil War. I know none of us here have seen Civil War. I'm pretty sure Josh sees it tomorrow. Don't ask him because he'll never shut up about it. But are you guys looking forward to seeing Iron Man, Tony Stark, in Spider-Man Homecoming?
I mean, it would be cool. I can't wait to see Tony Stark in it. I wish I waited. I wish I saw Civil War first before they made that announcement. But I mean, I can't wait to see him. It'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Raymond.
Personally, I never really liked how like in the comics, for just in general, how Spider-Man and Iron Man interacted. Like, I always felt like the character Spider-Man would be better suited to look up to and be around with someone like Captain America more than Iron Man. Yes, Peter Parker is a smart kid, and obviously he's impressed by technology and all that, but just Spider-Man's character in general, I see him more fitting with Captain America than Iron Man. It's cool how he's going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming, but the relationship part I'm kind of okay with, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Chris?
I'm kind of in agreement there with Raymond. I can see him being more, attuned to Cap, but at the same time, Tony as a character is growing, because he's not just the same guy who we fell in love with in Iron Man 1. I mean, what starts with the surprising decision he made to be, full on government control with Civil War, like we've been seeing in the trailer. So, maybe this is just some character growth, how we want. Maybe this would be like a father figure type of thing. And, he's old enough to hit on Aunt May and it'll be okay. Where Steve doesn't, and it's like, okay, Steve has a thing for old ladies because, we still got that. We still got Peggy Carter in that hospital, So it's better him than it is for Cap.
Yeah. Josh, anything to say?
No, not really. I don't know.
Interesting. But yeah, so the dynamics between Spider-Man and Iron Man is definitely something to watch. I think that those two are probably going to have a really cool relationship in Civil War.
Cool.
Hmm?
Yeah, it'll be a cool relationship.
Yeah. And, I mean, like Joe Russo said, Tom is really the first young actor to portray the part, throwing shade at Tobey Maguire. But, just kidding. But, you know,
Tobey was the freaking man.
Tobey was, but he was a little, I mean, it's hard to believe that guy's in high school, you know?
I'll rewatch the movie again. I can't confirm nor deny, but I haven't seen that movie in a while.
I watched it 2 days ago, so. But, yeah, I mean, Tom Holland definitely is the youngest and most. I mean, his voice is kind of light too. So was Tobey's, but definitely something to watch for the relationship between Iron Man and Spider-Man in Spider-Man: Homecoming and future films to see. So, the last piece of news is a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. And the rumor is that the Batman is unlikely to adapt Under the Red Hood as the main storyline, but we will see lots of other villains. Well, Birth Movies Death, never heard of that site, reports that Under the Red Hood isn't the plan, but we are going to see plenty of other members of Batman's Rogues Gallery in the movie, which is being co-written and directed by Ben Affleck. In fact, quote, it's going to be crammed with bat villains, which means that just about every major bad guy you've ever wanted to see in a movie will be in this movie. According to many sources, Affleck and Johns, who have been working on the film, who has been working on Affleck, according to my sources, Affleck and Geoff Johns, who has been working with him on the film, want to make the definitive Batman film. They want to tell the ultimate Batman story, and to do so, they're going to bring in all the big guns. They're going to have a big, sprawling Bat universe already in place. So, I'll give my opinion on this first. To me, it almost sounds like they don't want a Batman trilogy, that they want a Batman solo film, because they want to bring in every Batman movie, every Batman villain, which in alone worries me a little bit. Why do they need to do that? But maybe I think what's most likely is that the villains won't have a big role. You know, we could probably see them in Arkham or something, and that technically means they're in the movie. But, you know, Joker is definitely in play. Maybe the Riddler. I don't think Two-Face is going to be... I mean, according to this, Two-Face is going to be there, but I don't think he'll be a main villain. Penguin... in my opinion, we haven't seen a great interpretation of him on screen. So, I'm kind of... Huh?
Gotham.
I said on screen.
Yeah, Gotham is great.
He is good on Gotham.
But I'm kind of sad that they're not taking the Under the Red Hood storyline, because I really like that one. It is a bit predictable, though. So, I guess if they want to make something that hasn't been seen, they cannot do that. But...
Well, everyone knows who's Under Red Hood, so...
Yeah, but, like, I didn't know who that was until I saw the movie, because I didn't read the comics as much, but if you watched that movie before playing... very big spoiler here, okay? So you got about 2 seconds if anyone's not here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you saw Under the Red Hood before playing Arkham Knight, you could predict the crap out of that, okay?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Predictable.
I didn't know who Red Hood was before that, so...
So, Trey, you're good, man. Congratulations.
I know, I was really intrigued, but I know a lot of people were kind of like, all right, come on, just tell us it's Red Hood already, but...
That's how I was.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, they said it so many times that it's an original character. No, what it was just an original take on a character that's already been made.
I like the Arkham Knight. It was just another name for Red Hood, so...
I love Arkham Knight, but I hated the tank battles.
Yeah, that was a little excessive, but overall, Arkham Knight's one of my favorite games. But
Me too.
Back to the story, though. What do you guys think of the movie, quote, being crammed with bad villains?
Well, I like that because I don't think they're gonna have like a main villain. I don't think the main villain will or there will be multiple main villains. I think what will happen is
sort of like Hush.
We'll get a scene where Batman's walking through Arkham, and we'll see them all in like Arkham. We'll see Scarecrow, Penguin, Riddler. Who knows? We'll see the Rogues Gallery, and that's what I'm hoping. And we see like the actors playing them to set up future roles or future movies. That would be so cool. But I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for. But I think like Joker will probably be the main villain. It's kind of like obvious to do that, but Or actually, do someone else. Do someone we've never seen.
I kind of want the Riddler to be the main villain.
That would be cool. But I do want to see Under the Red Hood. I think they should do Under the Red Hood because you don't have to everyone knows that Jason Todd is sorry if you haven't seen it yet, but everyone knows Jason Todd is Red Hood. So watch they could reveal Jason Todd really early in the movie, so it doesn't feel like, okay, just reveal it already. We know who it is. I mean, it's kind of like the Winter Soldier. Everyone knew, at least I knew Bucky was Winter Soldier. So
they showed him in the trailer too. That didn't help at all.
Oh, really? They did?
Yeah, mask off and everything.
I think that's
the only thing he had
really
on was the eyeliner crap.
Care about exactly the reveal, you know.
Because when I saw the movie, I knew people, I saw the movie with a few friends, and some of them didn't know Bucky was Winter Soldier, and they thought it was such a huge reveal, and they thought it was amazing, and I was like, I knew it, so.
I didn't know when I watched it, but.
That's cool.
I mean, yeah, well, one thing they could do, if the Batman is going to be 10 years, like I said, maybe before Batman v Superman, Jason Todd could be, with Batman, and then he dies. So then the first movie isn't going to be Red Hood because he's dead. And then, the second or third movie, then you can introduce him because you already saw him die.
Oh, I just came up with an idea. So they could do that, right, where it's 10 years before Batman vs Superman, and he's with Jason, and that's the suit that's in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Then they do a sequel that takes place afterwards, and Jason's been gone for 15 years?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I mean,
that would be such a big impact. I'm saying like after Batman v Superman. That's why I said 15.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I think that could work, but I mean, we don't know if they're making a trilogy or not, though. So.
But they ordered a trilogy a while ago.
Did they?
I remember WB. They said that they were so entrusting with Ben Affleck's Batman when they saw an early cut of the film that they wanted to do a trilogy. I remember that being a news story a while ago.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So, any last thoughts?
Oh,
I should still be Captain America.
I really didn't get to say anything about the villains thing. Honestly, I don't really want that because when I hear that,
you don't want Red Hood.
No. I don't want multiple villains.
Oh, okay.
Because all I can think of is Spider-Man 3.
Oh, you had to go there.
And The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Even though I love that movie, it was crammed.
I like it too. Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, it could work. Maybe. I don't think it's been done before, but it could work.
It just depends on what role all the villains have.
Yeah.
If they're all working together, that could not be good. But if they're all just sort of they're in Arkham or whatever you have. It just depends how they use them because it could be really cool. We could really not even see. It could be like a shot of the Riddler from the back, and all we know is him because of his jacket with the question marks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it just depends on what length they're going to in introducing all the villains. But overall, it kind of makes me concerned. That being said, Geoff Johns and Batman and Ben Affleck know what they're doing. I think. See, that's how good he is. I've done that multiple times on this show, but know what they're doing. They really have a great understanding of Batman and his rogues gallery. So, just do whatever the hell you guys want, and I'll watch it. So, who cares what we think? But apparently, you guys do because you're listening to this. So. That is our last piece of news before we hit rapid fire. And like I say every show, if you have a better name for this, please let us know because I don't know what to call this. So I'm calling it rapid fire.
How about flash news?
Flash news. Flash fire.
That sounds kind of...
Well,
Raymond, I think you just got your first official warning.
Well, no. I mean, that's fine, but flash fire just kind of... Or flash news just kind of sounds like the Flash. So.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Second warning right there. Boom.
Chris has had about 12 warnings, so you're good. But
but you need to remember, I'm the same guy who's been nominated to be Captain America, so I'm on a bigger ship than you right now. You're on the lifeboat. I'm on Titanic. But we all know the Titanic sinks. We all know the Titanic sinks, but I haven't sunk yet.
So did Captain America, though. So.
Right. You see, I told you. See, I'm perfect for this role. I told you guys.
No, you're not, Chris. Okay, but let's.
Oh, yes, I am, Raymond.
Let's continue.
Yeah, so
Chris or
basically
Captain America.
Chris is Leonardo DiCaprio, who is the Captain America. But so rapid fire, our first. So we're just gonna talk about some pieces of news that don't necessarily need a full discussion on, but we still want to give our take on the pieces of news. So we got Netflix ordered a Punisher series, which is on the way. I'm not sure when it's going to be on the way, but they did officially order it. Next, Civil War has already made over $200 million worldwide, and this was as of yesterday, so it probably made another, $30 million, $25 million today worldwide. More than that, probably, because I'm stupid. But next, we got Martin Freeman says his Captain America Civil War character's role in the MCU only gets bigger. And last, we have George Miller, the director of Mad Max Fury Road, amongst other things, rumored to direct the Green Lantern Corps movie. So I'll get my opinions out of the way so you guys can talk about this. Netflix Punisher series is on the way. That's cool. I think he was great in Daredevil. I think that I think that
John Bernthal.
Yeah, I always forget names on this show, guys. I'm sorry about that. But John Bernthal is a really great Punisher. So that's cool. Civil War already making $200 million worldwide. No shit. Martin Freeman. I forgot Martin Freeman was in the movie, actually.
No, me too.
So this piece of news was like, oh yeah, he's in it. So which makes me think he really has a really minor role, only maybe 1 or 2 scenes. But that's just I haven't heard anything about that. That's just what I could speculate. His role only gets bigger. And last, George Miller directing Green Lantern Corps. I don't know. I mean, I don't know a lot of Green Lantern lore. I've only seen a few George Miller movies, so I mean, I don't even know where the rumor came from. I didn't do my check-in on that, but
I believe El Mayimbe said that.
Yeah, so it's definitely a scoop, but yeah, I mean,
scoop.
It could be cool, it could suck. I don't know. I really have no opinion on this whatsoever, but I'm excited for Green Lantern Corps when it comes out in the year 2163. But Yep, so that's basically my opinion on this. Josh,
can't wait for that year.
Rapid fire away. Yeah, 2163, when Infinity War starts.
Love that we're getting a Punisher series. I'm so happy about that. He's great. John Bernthal's perfect Punisher. Civil War, yeah, no shit. It made $200 million, whatever. It's gonna make so much money. Martin Freeman can't even remember he was in the movie. Like, when I saw the notes, I was like, oh yeah, he's in that. I think he's playing like the Registration Act, like
some kind of government official guy.
A bigger role in the movies. Okay, great. Maybe he'll be the janitor at the Avengers Tower. Who knows?
Excelsior.
And then George Miller rumored to direct Green Lantern Corps. I mean, that could be cool. I don't think it'll happen, but that could be cool.
Yeah. Who do you want? I know we already asked this question for Flash, but Josh, who do you want to direct Green Lantern Corps?
Well, it should be someone that could do it like a team good, like
ensemble.
I don't know, an ensemble, like Brad Bird maybe. I mean,
that's a good pick.
That came off the top of my head. Brad Bird maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my rapid fire.
Chris.
All right, rapid fire. Netflix Punisher series on the way. Y'all can roast me all you want, but I still haven't gotten past the 6th episode of season 2.
Oh my!
What do you do with your time?
Well, right now I'm playing Saints Row 4.
Great game.
Okay.
Great game.
So yeah, it is right. So with Netflix Punisher series on the way. See, I was having a conversation with my boy Amir. We were talking about this, and we're like, Punisher's more, and this is before they announced it. I don't know what timing wise what was going on, but we were talking about this a little before the announcement, and we said, he's more of a side character. Like, he's like more like Joey from Friends, where you give Joey the whole show. It's like, he's the guy you want to look forward to, not the whole guy you want the whole time there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's how I feel about Punisher.
It's like, I feel the same way about Boba Fett. I feel like a Boba Fett movie.
I want Boba Fett movie to happen, man. That's someone that I want to see layered.
I don't want him to ever take off his mask. We already saw that once.
I want that. I want to see that beautiful face of his. I want to see all the scars, what he's got. I mean, that guy has war scars.
Who said he has scars? He has a helmet on. But anyway.
Dude, if a bounty hunter or a Sith doesn't have scars, we're not going to take him seriously. Like Kylo.
Dooku didn't, but go ahead.
Continuing. Exactly. I didn't take Dooku seriously. I didn't take him seriously.
And that's why you fail.
I'm going to go back to this because I know you're probably going to edit that out anyway.
I won't edit that out.
But yeah, Netflix Punisher series, I'm still looking forward to it. Civil War already making $200 million. It's a Marvel movie. It's going to happen. Get used to it. Martin Freeman with his role getting bigger, good for him, I guess. And George Miller being rumored for a Green Lantern Corps movie. I'm all right with that because I've seen all the Mad Max movies, and then I saw Fury Road, and I saw Happy Feet because, believe it or not, kids, the guy who directed the Mad Max movies did direct Happy Feet.
I like Happy Feet.
Happy Feet's the freaking I'm gonna profanize whatever the hell you call it. Happy Feet's the shit. All right, it is. Twice. So Happy Feet's the shit. So I'm all right with there's no problem with George Miller directing. I mean, this guy's been directing for years, decades. So give it to us. Let's get these seasoned directors on our comic book movies, man. Like we got for Snyder and Ayer, man. Let's keep it going. Hopefully Miller's got it. And
it's almost like what DC property is George Miller not rumored to direct now?
Supergirl.
Oh God. Anyway,
that was for you, Josh.
Anyways,
sound of disappointment.
That show needs to get canceled already. So bad.
You're gonna have to wait a little longer, man. Renewed.
Josh. I mean, it's gotten decent ratings.
Yeah, it sucks.
But none of them are Josh.
I'm sorry, people don't know what a good show is.
What if Josh really just doesn't want to admit how much he loves Supergirl?
I have posters in my room and...
Yeah. Josh has posters of two things. Supergirl and Jay Garrick.
I knew you were going to say Jay Garrick.
We have to. Every show, Josh. I mean, it's what we do.
If we don't say Jay Garrick once during the show, man, then we've failed.
Yeah.
Jay Garrick.
Well, one thing kind of Flash related before we hear Raymond's take on this. What do you guys think of Adam Driver as playing Reverse Flash?
Ooh, I like that. Me likey.
You guys like it?
I like it.
I saw like a fan picture, which was really cool. I liked it a lot. But Raymond, Josh, you guys have anything to say about that?
I prefer him as Kylo.
Well,
honestly.
I mean,
he's an actor, dude. He's got to get more jobs in the future.
I know. Well, he's done a movie.
He's done a movie. He's done
one movie. He's done multiple movies. Other than that, he's a phenomenal actor. So
you're kind of hurting your argument there.
Yeah, but honestly though, I'd rather see someone a little more menacing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Adam Driver as Kylo Ren.
Maybe Hayden Christensen.
Oh God. Oh God.
Hey, that guy's acting has gotten better.
I know. It's easy to hate on him. But sorry, anyways.
It is.
Raymond, your take on all these. And Josh kind of left, I guess.
So, Netflix Punisher series. Yeah. Gonna be great. They'll figure out how to make... Because, like Chris said that he's like Joey. They'll figure a way to make him not Joey. Civil War has already made over $200 million worldwide. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, dude, you just copied what I said, but...
Oh, my bad.
I don't care.
I kind of zoned out for a bit.
Well, it's the same response. It's the same thing. No shit.
It literally is the same thing. So, Martin Freeman says his Civil War character's role is only gets bigger. Are they casting him as Giant Man? And
Warning 2, or where are we at? 3?
George Miller.
That does not deserve a warning. That
deserves a slap, but I'm not next to him, so I'm not gonna slap him.
George Miller rumored to direct Green Lantern Corps. I've literally only seen Happy Feet and Mad Max Fury Road from him, so I don't really have much of an opinion on that.
You didn't you see the first 3 Mad Maxes or no?
Nope.
Ooh, no. Road Warrior was good. First one was different. It took me a little bit to get used to. Third one questionable.
The first 3 are so boring. The 4th is the only good one.
And that is why Josh's movie opinion is not the greatest, all right? So if you want a movie opinion,
I'm not the biggest fan of Mad Max Fury Road, so roast me all you want.
I'm not either. I still appreciate it for what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like hyping it like all these other kids on the internet saying it's the best movie of all time, of all 2015.
The fact that it won 6 Oscars is a bit surprising, to be honest.
Well, we all know the best movie of 2015 was Straight Outta Compton, okay?
That's a good...
That's
a good... I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong there, but...
Oh, no, I'm not.
My favorite was, of course, Star Wars, but, second was Shit Rats, but I actually haven't seen the movie.
Alvin and the Chipmunks? What?
Yeah, it's a Christian Harloff thing, but so.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically our, quick takes on the rapid fire segment. So now we're gonna get into We Review. So this week we're gonna review The Flash, Back to Normal, Legends of Tomorrow, Leviathan, and Avengers: Age of Ultron. Because I don't think I checked and it didn't show that there was a Gotham last week, was there?
No.
No.
It comes back today.
Yeah, new episode tonight.
Oh, I can't wait for tonight's episode.
Nice. So the first thing we're going to talk about is The Flash, Back to Normal. So this episode involved... Josh, I know you love the episode, so what did it involve? Jay Garrick.
We started at before we even started this show. We talked about how I don't remember anything because I hated this episode.
Josh got
I don't remember
drunk.
what happened.
Josh got drunk when he watched it and just didn't remember.
I was bored during Flash this episode. I didn't care.
You want me to talk about it? I'll talk about it.
I really didn't like this episode of Flash.
Yeah, Raymond, go ahead and talk about it so you can...
The stupid old villain was ridiculous.
Sasha Grey? Oh, wait.
Yeah, that villain was
You guys
really
don't know
bad.
who that is, never mind. But, yeah, so Raymond, go ahead and talk about it because I don't think any of us remember what happened.
I feel like I'm the biggest Flash fan here, to be honest.
No, I love The Flash. The Flash is my favorite show on TV. I
love the first season. Memory. Just this season hasn't been good.
I don't want to get in this fight again. So, Raymond, just recap.
Okay, so the episode started with Barry on how he normally has his day, where he's using his speed as soon as he gets up to get dressed, get ready, go to work, get coffee, all that spiel, and get it done in 10 minutes. And then it just cuts to him as a normal person, and it takes him a good hour just to get to work.
Yeah.
And
now he knows what it's like to be us.
Back to normal. Well, of course he knows how to. It's been a year that he's been the Flash.
That was a cool scene on the bus.
Whoa.
I like that scene.
But it's been a year since he was the Flash, so it's he's kind of trouble remembering it. But so basically, Harry he's pretty pissed that Barry just gave Zoom his speed. So he's just I'm just gonna go find Jessie, and miraculously he remembered how to find her out of nowhere, even though he's been trying for months.
It was something to do with her cell phone or something. It was not she gave off some weird frequency. Something
her
weird
frequency is different.
Yeah, because she's from a different Earth. So that's what it was.
But he found her, and she's like, I don't want to go back. You murdered someone, yada, yada, yada. Complain. Turn into a speedster already.
Yeah. Her name's Quick.
And then freaking Harry's like, I'm a mad dad. I'm just going to drive home and look pissed all the time because, Harry always looks pissed. And then, lo and behold, some guy just decides to freaking... I forget what movie it's from. I remember seeing it from something. He just stands in front of the car
Soldier,
and just...
kind of.
Iron Man 2?
Hit him.
Yeah, Iron Man 2s are good.
Are you thinking about Hancock with the train?
No, there's a movie where someone just stands there and lets a car come at him.
Frozen?
And, folds over the... Yes, Frozen. But,
just let it go, man.
What's the guy's name? Gray something? What?
Alright, now that's a warning, Trey.
Dude, shut up.
Nah. If y'all see me quit the show tonight, it's because of that Frozen joke.
What was the villain's name? Gray something?
I'll look it up.
I keep wanting to say Christian Grey. I'm not even kidding. I want to say that for some reason. But
Griffin Grey.
Griffin Grey, yeah. Villain. I mean, I didn't mind him. You guys seem to all despise it, but I didn't have a problem with it. It seemed legitimate. The thing that I don't find legitimate, though, is the fact that he somehow doesn't follow news and didn't know that Harrison Wells is considered dead on their Earth.
Yeah.
So you think he'd kind of seem like... He didn't say anything about it. He just kept thinking it was normal Earth 1 Harrison Wells.
Well, do you think everyone knows that Earth 1 Harrison Wells is dead? Or?
It was on the news.
Oh,
I remember in one of the earlier episodes it was on the news.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So he kidnaps him, wants him to fix him, because this kid is a 18-year-old in a 40-year-old's body.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it's just kid, you're so whiny. Please, just shut up. And seeing an older actor talk like a teenager was so weird.
I agree with that.
he complains so much, and it was like you don't see that with someone that age. It's the other way around. But anyways, and then also another thing about the episode is like trying to like Wally wants to thank the Flash because he has like this obsession with wanting to thank him for saving his life.
Yeah.
And to me, I found that kind of out of character for him.
Yeah.
Because he's been the bitchy, kind of whiny kind of character.
Trying to act like the Mr. Cool. Like, I don't want to be here, but I am here.
I race cars. Oh, I go to an engineering school. I'm super cool and I'm fast.
Not yet.
It's just, yeah. That's the thing that I hate about it. It's like, he's made so many puns about it, and it's like, please stop teasing it. Please just do it already.
I think in the finale he gets his speed.
I wouldn't be surprised, considering how the show works.
Like, this is just a CW thing. It's like the finale, something huge happens.
Yeah.
So finale, he gets his speed.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, but overall, at the end, they like Barry just took a beating from the Griffin Grey dude, and then he died of old age, and then they turned him over, and he looked like a 17-year-old again.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
And
they didn't really explain it that well.
Didn't he die?
Yeah.
Yeah, he died. But when he died, he looked like a 17-year-old again.
Well,
so
you know, man, like 17 again.
Warning 1, Chris.
Hey, I love that movie. Warn me all you want. It's freaking great.
Anyways, we also had Caitlin Snow. In,
yeah, and the Caitlin Snow with
Killer Frost.
Killer Frost. She's like, she's on Earth too, and yada yada. And Zoom is like, I want you to be here because I love you and I want to protect you because you know I'm crazy. And it's just like, Zoom.
Josh loved it.
Zoom, it's like, Hunter, relax. And like when
Caitlin and Hunter are the best ship ever.
When she said his name, it looked like he was ready to like have a Zoom seizure. Like he had a tick, and then I imagined what the next thing was gonna do is when he put Barry's speed in him, that face would just happen again, and he'd glitch out. I don't know why I thought that was gonna happen, but I just expected that. It was weird because he's gone completely mental.
Mm-hmm. Then that. Sorry, go ahead.
And that's the thing I like about Teddy Sears. Because he's played the good guy, and he plays a good bad guy, too. Yeah. Like, he's starting to get more character now. He's not just a...
I would disagree.
Of course you would. You hate everything.
No,
he's not... He's
awful. He's an awful... He plays Jay so bad.
Yeah, he's not that great as Jay.
He's awful.
I liked... No, Teddy Sears is great as Jay.
Yeah, he's great as Jay. I'm with you, Chris. I
think he's better as Zoom than Jay. Like, he's just really bad. Jay was such a bad...
maybe that's the reason why, because he's not Jay.
Well, if he's not...
Get wrecked! No, I'm just kidding.
Holy crap.
I hope he's not, like, but he is clearly Jay. Yeah, I think it would just be too confusing, the kind of...
Well, like we said in the last episode, that it's probably... He's basing this off of what he's seen from a different person. But anyways, that's a different topic. Overall, though... Caitlin Snow, Killer Frost, she tried to kill her, yada yada, they worked together.
Yada yada.
Zoom phased through her and then killed her. So,
yeah, that was so... I saw that coming from a mile away, too.
I knew that, yeah, because like the position that Caitlin was in is like, okay, he's going to run up somehow, but I did not expect him to phase through her.
That was really cool.
That was cool. That was a pretty cool scene. Like, I know speedsters are fast, but that's like, I've never seen someone phase through another person completely. Because, like, Reverse Flash did the hand thing with Cisco last season. But, no, this is a full phase through. But, yeah.
Faster.
It's a pretty good episode. I didn't mind it. It didn't feel like a filler, but at the same time, it kind of did.
Yeah. Josh?
Overall, though, all the Zoom scenes I just loved.
Yeah. I guess, I liked it. I thought Zoom was all right. Caitlin Snow was cool. The villain of the week was crap. Really, really, really crap. I mean, it was just crap. Like I keep saying, it was crap. But Flash, it was cool to see Barry Allen without his speed. But I mean, that's not why we watch the show. We watch it because it's called The Flash, not Barry Allen. But still a good episode. I do think it was kind of weird how much Wally wanted to see the Flash, just because I mean, he's not that happy of a guy like normally. But I mean, what he said when he met the Flash was kind of cool. You know, he said kind of like how no one's ever really put their life out for him, and he really appreciated that with the Flash. So yeah, Josh.
What about this episode of Flash?
I mean, that's what we're talking about.
No, I mean, it's just, I hated it. It was so bad. I just hate Jay. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that hates Jay anymore. I'm so glad every character hates Jay now. I'm really glad about that because Jay's just so bad on this show. The actor, I hope they kill him off so bad. I don't think they will, but I really want them to kill him because they don't kill anyone on CW, so I don't think they will kill him. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on Flash.
And then Chris?
First of all, to all the ladies out there listening, Josh is really a lovable guy. He's just very passionately negative about stuff. Like, if you're pretty, he'll make sure you know you're pretty. Just heads up.
Josh, Josh is like that character in the show, the Critic. So.
Yeah. So sorry about that. I'm trying to I'm throwing shade to make sure everyone gets the story straight. Because when I hear Josh, I just start, man. You know, I gotta straighten this out because if I were a girl, I'd be like, oh my god, so negative. Mm-hmm. I'm the negative one. But anyway, good, decent episode. Villain was a little weak, but you know what? That's okay because Flash doesn't have his speed anyway. We give him too strong of a villain, then we're gonna end the series. We're gonna be talking about ending the series already because it's like this is a guy that can kill him, but he somehow can't kill him. Why? Like those. Mm-hmm. I kind of see it was a little flawed with the part about how this guy's like follows the news and just knows that Harry's dead, but yeah, it's like, hey, you're still alive, and it just happens. It's just so funny that he happens to know where he was going. Like maybe he's been tracking him for a while. We don't know. There could be some read between the lines we missed, but still, it does draw some question, and like all questions, we want answers. Mm-hmm. And I love the whole Caitlyn being on Earth 2 portion. That was really cool, especially her interacting with the doppelganger, because you just wanted so badly, just for the Killer Frost. I so wanted Killer Frost to just get killed by Zoom. I'm like, man, when you get out of there, he's gonna get you, and I'm gonna clap. Mm-hmm. And look at that. I smiled, and I gave a little clap. I'm like, thank you, thank you, Zoom.
I'm so glad she's dead too.
Yeah, but I know, but OG Caitlyn Snow was the best one. Okay, she's freaking awesome.
He was until she met Jay.
No, Josh, I try to help you, bro. What are you doing?
I'll be very positive when there's something so positive to be like, when there's something really positive, like when I love something, I'm very positive, but when I hate something, I'm very negative. So, yeah.
I mean, I think everyone is, but
when you talk about hero talk outside of our chat, what do you say about us?
Love hero talk.
There you go, good boy. And I think there's nothing else about that I need to say. I do like what they were doing because we saw the preview for the next episode, which is going to be, as we're talking right now, it's going to be tomorrow. And they're doing the whole here's how we're going to get your speed back. And it looks like I see that they're going to put him in a machine and get the lightning to strike. And I start thinking Flashpoint paradox.
Well, he gets it back at the end of the episode.
Obviously, right? But I can't help but think Flashpoint paradox. They're gonna mess it up the first time. And I want them to mess it up the first time, and then just some horrible outcome happens. But then the second time comes, it's like, all right, we're good.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, that would be cool.
I know, I loved it in Flashpoint Paradox. Like, wait, what the hell? He's burning alive, and then he's still burning. Like, oh, we gotta get this man some help. And then he second attempt. So yeah, the episode was all right. Not something I'd watch again willingly. Like if I'm repeating an episode on Netflix, I'm gonna skip over that one.
Yeah.
But, still positives to look at it.
All right, so now let's talk about this last episode of Legends of Tomorrow, titled something I can't.
Leviathan.
Yeah, Leviathan. So you guys go ahead and talk. I don't watch the show anymore, as you guys know. So
this episode, I'm gonna go right at it. This episode was freaking awesome. Oh my god, freaking! I did not expect the Atom to grow. Okay, like I knew his character could, but when it was happening, I was like, what the heck is he doing? And up until the very last second before he was about to, was like, oh shit, he's growing. Oh shit. And that scene was like freaking realistic Rock'em Sock'em robots, but not standing still. It was like Pacific Rim, but on TV. It was so cool.
And more Brandon Routh.
Yeah, Brandon Routh is great.
I want him to go back to Arrow.
I can see why. I kind of want them, like, because the episode, Legends Tomorrow, sorry for cutting you off, by the way. Legends Tomorrow ends a week before Arrow and Flash does. So I'm hoping that on one of the shows, their equal characters will show up in the finale to a certain degree. Like, I want to see Ray on the Arrow season finale taking down Damien Dark, or freaking Captain Cold and Heatwave. They're with Flash to a certain degree with their new renowned selves, because now Heatwave is more intelligent because he's Cronus. And I don't think that those two will actually go back to villainy, honestly. I feel like they've gone through too much as heroes. They're more anti-heroes now than they are villains. So I feel like they'll help Barry a little bit more.
I just want John Constantine back.
I know, right? I was just talking to my friend earlier today about him being on Legends next season.
I so want that, dude. I don't care about what any Batman Beyond rumors they have. Just bring me back John Constantine.
What Batman?
Man, they can make him fit in there so well.
What Batman
Beyond
it can work? Rumor?
Oh, we didn't cover that on here, did we?
No.
There was just rumors again. I follow tons of DC shows, and this could be either something they want to happen or something they heard. Just a lot of buzz. But a lot of people say they don't want it because CW has
What about Batman Beyond being in the show?
Like as a guest star sort of portion.
Oh no! Don't do that.
I want to see it.
Save it for a movie.
No.
All right. So yeah, Raymond, I cut you off there. Sorry, but go ahead.
I don't even remember, honestly.
All right,
I don't like Legends. I don't like Legends anymore. I used to, at the beginning of the season, I was so excited for Legends to come on, but I just feel like it's a chore to watch it. Like, it kind of feels like I know I'm comparing it to something really bad, but right now it kind of feels like how the same way I did watching Supergirl.
Oh my gosh.
It just feels like a chore to watch it. Like, I feel like I don't even enjoy it, so I'm not really, into it. Like, I'm still watching it, and I know the season's almost over, so I'll still watch it. I'm not going to quit it, but I don't know. I'm hoping they change the cast, because I like the characters more when they were on their shows. Like, I'd rather Brandon Routh on Arrow, because I loved him on Arrow. I thought he was one of the best parts of last season, but this season it just feels like he's missing, so I want him back on there. I want next year to have, Constantine. That would be awesome. Supergirl would be really cool to see in a team.
What the hell was that?
I guess he doesn't like the Supergirl.
I don't like Supergirl at all. The show is so cringy.
No, the show's awful, but she's great. The show's awful.
Yeah, she is great.
She's the only thing I give that show. She's amazing as Supergirl. The rest of the show sucks, but she's great.
She would have been a great Captain Marvel too.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you guys have anything else to say before we move on, or?
Move on.
Kendra with her golden mace. That was cool.
I don't even remember. I know I saw the episode. I just don't remember it.
Nice. So, yeah. So now we're going to talk about the last thing we're going to review, and that is the Avengers: Age of Ultron. So Age of Ultron came out, I'm pretty sure, a year ago, almost a year ago. And this is the sequel to the Avengers. We have Cap with Tony Stark, Iron Man, everyone from the Avengers, plus the villain Ultron. And so I'll start off here. I really liked this movie. I liked it a lot more when I saw it the first time than I did, rewatching it. But I still really like it. My favorite part of the movie definitely is Vision's introduction and the part where Vision hands Thor the hammer. That has to be the best part of the movie, honestly. There's a lot of good wit. I really enjoy the scene where they're all in Avengers Tower and they're all having drinks and Stan Lee is exited because he's so drunk, but off Thor's liquor. But yeah, eggs, yeah. But that whole scene was great. I really liked. I mean, everything with Thor's hammer actually, but. When they're all trying to lift Thor's hammer and Cap gets it a little bit, and Thor's face just looks like he just witnessed a murder. But that was great. Ultron as a villain, obviously, I guess not obviously, but not as strong as we wanted in a villain, just because he didn't really do a ton. He just wasn't that developed. I mean, I love James Spader as the voice. I just didn't think Ultron overall as a character was great. We have another one of those. Actually, never mind. But Cap was great. Everything was I thought the character dynamics were really cool. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Scarlet Witch was better than Quicksilver, but I mean, I don't think I heard this thing on Twitter once, and it was like retweet if you were more sad by the death of Anthony and Ant-Man than the death of Quicksilver, which was true for me at least. But yeah, so Quicksilver was okay. Scarlet Witch was really cool. Sokovia was cool. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie. Not as good as the first Avengers, in my opinion, but definitely a good film. I know that the director, Joss Whedon, he said that he hates this film. I mean,
I don't get that.
I don't get it either. I mean, the dude was like, he was hurt on set. He was hobbling around, basically C-3PO out there. But yeah, I mean, I like the movie. Not as good as Avengers, but it doesn't have to be. So good movie. Yeah. So that's my opinion. So whoever wants to go next, go ahead.
I like the movie. I like it. I like Age of Ultron. I think the first Avengers is definitely better, but I really did enjoy Age of Ultron. I saw it twice in theaters, and both times I really liked it. I didn't love it. The first time I loved it. Second time I was like, yeah, it's a good movie. I like it. I thought Vision, amazing scene. The Vision stuff is great. Ultron could have been better because I love Ultron in the comics. I wish he was better. What else? I love Scarlet Witch. I really liked Quicksilver, too. I didn't think he was better than... I liked Evan Peters as Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past better, but I thought he was still pretty cool, too. I thought the comedy was great. Comedy coming back is just always great. Yeah, I thought it was great. Did you guys notice there were Star Wars sound effects in it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. That's a bonus.
There was also in Ant-Man.
Yeah, I know they're using Star Wars sound effects.
The very first time I saw that movie, I was like, AT-AT sounds. I recognized it immediately, but... I
know, me too. Like, when the first scene in Avengers Age of Ultron in the snow, I was like, oh my god, Star Wars. Like, this is awesome. I was like, once Force Awakens come out, I need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. I still really like the movie. I haven't watched it since I saw it the second time in theaters, so my opinion might change or get better. I haven't watched any Marvel movies. I just kind of want to wait till I can marathon all of them, but yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to do that soon. But
Chris or Raymond?
I'll let you go first, Chris.
I remember seeing this movie. I saw it twice, and I liked it both times. Like, the first time I really enjoyed it, because for me to, like, really give it an official, like, rating of a movie, I have to watch it twice. Like, sometimes I'll love it the first time, but be like, the second time around. And sometimes I'll just not like it the first time, but then I'll watch it the second time and be like, this is different, because, it's been a while since I watched it. And then I'll kind of realize what I missed, But anyway, first time I saw Age of Ultron, I was like, oh, dude, that was really good. Okay. Second time, I was like, okay, it's still good, but not, like, totally best Marvel movie out there. I loved, each Marvel movie has something different that I love for each one that's going to make me want to watch them each. Like, I'm not going to just watch one for the sole purpose because it has everything I want, because not one Marvel movie has that. Like, Ant-Man it gives me the feeling of heists with the heist movie. With Iron Man 1, it's got the origin story with the guy who's smarter than most, who decides to do good after some bad experiences. But you get what I'm saying. But with this one, the thing that makes me go back is is Ultron, man. I love Ultron, and I know you said he, as a character, he's not very developed, but he's a freaking robot, dude. He's an AI. How developed can he get?
More developed.
Comic.
To someone who didn't read comics, I loved him as he was. So I was like, okay, he's really good. Like, honestly, he's been my favorite of the Marvel movie ones so far. I mean, I'm not like super passionate about him, but it's like, he's still pretty good. And he's pretty much like the anti-Tony Stark, because like he's a computer program. And he does like all the humor level that what Tony would do, except he's just so much darker. Like when he cuts off Ulysses' his hand. Ulysses.
That was cool.
It's a mouthful.
We know who I'm talking about. That's the point. He cuts off his hand, then he just starts everything he sings like, "Oh, I am so you cool."
That was so funny.
That was, right? He has a freaking dark humor level. That's what I loved about him.
He was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry."
His humor was great. The
Exactly.
comedy was so good.
So yeah, that's why I liked him for that. So that's what I would go back for the movie. It's like I got to see Ultron again, man. That guy kicked ass. So, but I haven't seen the movie since May of 2015. So we're almost at like end of May. Like I know the last time I saw it, the very last time I saw it was the day after Mad Max came out, because I saw that and then I went to see Mad Max right after that.
The last time I saw it was that Thursday, the day it came out in theaters. Was the second time I saw it, and that was the last time I saw it. Still haven't
Did
seen
you only
it.
watch it once or twice?
No, I saw it twice. I had a screening for it.
Oh, okay.
So, then I saw it again opening night. I haven't seen it since then.
But so yeah, that's my opinion on it. That's everything.
Raymond?
Okay, so Age of Ultron. When this movie came out, I saw it 3 times in theaters. I saw it the Thursday it came out, I saw it the Friday it came out, and then I saw it Saturday. 3 days straight, right? I like it more than the first movie.
You do or don't?
I do.
Okay.
And just everything in general. I looked forward to that movie in so much. Like, you could see me, like, last year during my junior year, during break, I used to sit at this bench with these friends of mine. I would watch the 3rd trailer on loop all throughout break and not talk to them.
Nice.
And they thought I was nuts.
I would too.
But it was totally worth it because I tried to hold myself back from not. This was when I started to really like hold myself back really when it comes to watching new footage. Because, like I said when we reviewed Avengers, I watched like every bit of footage, and the experience wasn't as great as it could have been. But with Age of Ultron, because I held myself back, my God, that movie was 10 times better than it probably could have been.
Really?
Yeah, from experience-wise, if this movie came out in 2012 when I watched every bit of footage that was released, I would have expected everything.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't think thought it gave away too much in trailers and stuff.
The TV spots, yeah, but the actual trailers, I didn't really think so. Every character, though, I have to say, I feel had justice. Like, I loved every single character in that movie. Yes, Quicksilver. I'm really upset they wasted him because Aaron Taylor Johnson was. I liked him.
Did you see that coming?
I thought he was great as Quicksilver.
Yeah, it was great. And the thing is like when people are like, "Oh, he was terrible compared to Days of Future Past." Well, no shit. Days of Future Past, he had like a scene dedicated for himself. This Quicksilver was part of an ensemble. I mean, yes, that one was kind of, but
yeah, but you got to kind of compare them because they both.
Yeah, because they're completely different. Like the Age of Ultron came out a year ago, and then Days of Future Past came out 2 years ago, and they're different characters completely. But let's see, Captain America.
Have to use Quicksilver is my thing.
Yeah. Captain America in the movie, that's probably my favorite interpretation of him because he's comedic, but he's not like Winter Soldier serious. So it's like an actual like comic book kind of Cap. He's serious, but he's not because he jokes a lot in that movie, which I liked. Iron Man, come on, Hulkbuster. That scene was sick.
That was cool.
Thor was funny.
What did you guys think, or Raymond, what did you think of Hawkeye, a lot of the stuff involving him?
Hawkeye was great in that movie.
Oh my God, that stuff was great. Some of the best parts of that movie.
Yeah,
he was really good in that movie.
Like his scene with Scarlet Witch. No one will see. No one would see.
That's the thing
what
with
scene with Scarlet Witch?
Well, okay, so sorry, I kind of split those in two, but like the one where he's telling her like, you can just do it or don't.
Oh yeah,
like the whole. It was sort of like mirroring that. There are only 2 or 3 moments in which you can be a hero in Deadpool, but it was kind of the opposite way.
I feel like I saw that on like Jimmy Fallon before I saw that in the actual movie.
Really? But and then when Quicksilver went and like took her or something weird happened, and then he had his arrow pointed and he was like, no one would be able to tell, no one or something like that. That was
yeah, that was great.
That was a really funny moment.
Yeah, because he's just messing with Quicksilver. And that's the thing about Hawkeye in the movie is that he's like a father figure to them because he's
grounded.
Yeah, he's more connected to them in a way because Cap, all of them are like gods kind of. Clint Barton in general is just more human. So it's like he's easily connectable. Like they used to be just humans, but then they volunteered to become freaking experiments.
This might be a bad question, but how did Hawkeye get so good? I'm not really familiar with the character.
Are you talking comic book wise?
Well, anything.
In the comics, he was in the circus, and he was originally a villain. But
Really?
then at one point, something happened where he was just like, okay, I'll be an Avenger. And he practiced archery, so he's just really good because he was part of a circus. So, kind of a...
Basically Dick Grayson.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, but not really, because Dick Grayson's just trapeze artist while
Well, yeah.
he dealt with arrows. Back to review, though. Thor, he was funny, too, in the movie. And he was also pretty badass. Like that scene where it's like, where Cap and him are in the forest, and he just hits the shield, and they all just like split up.
That was dope.
That was sick. Their coordination in this movie was like perfect. It was so good. Hulk, that's another thing. Hulk and Black Widow. A lot of people didn't like it. Honestly, I didn't really mind it. You know, because
It was just kind of it felt a little forced. That's my.
I didn't feel that way because Bruce is. I saw this coming, honestly, since the first Avengers, because there was something about them two in their scene when she's interrogating him. Well, not interrogating him, but, like, talking to him in the first Avengers before he goes to the helicarrier. They had this interesting, chemistry when they were near each other, and I just had this feeling that something would happen with them down the line, and lo and behold, it became a super controversial thing that caused Joss Whedon to leave social media and pretty much hate internet for a while.
Go crazy.
He didn't go crazy. He was just stressful. I mean, all the characters in that movie was nuts.
The fans can be assholes sometimes. Okay, that's just
That too. Anyways, continuing. Already talked about Hawkeye. Scarlet Witch. She was cool. Great addition to the movie. I still can't get over her accent because it feels kind of fake, but whatever.
I agree with you.
Vision, by far my favorite part of the movie. He was just so badass.
I'm on the side of life. That was a cool line.
Yeah, and then last but not least, my favorite part, Ultron. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people don't think he was as good as he could have been. Ultron has always been my favorite comic book villain of all time.
Seriously?
In general, he's so, he's just pure evil. And that's the thing, is, one of the biggest complaints that people had is, he jokes too much. Why isn't he just destructive? And
that was cool, because that was,
I
Tony
thought the
Stark.
jokes were great.
I mean,
yeah,
he's
the jokes
born out of
were
Tony Stark,
fantastic,
so...
but the thing that people I don't think registered is Ultron in the comics. Yes, he has a bit of Hank Pym in him, but he's a robot without emotions.
Hank Pym?
And
Well,
Hank Pym has created Ultron in the comics.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, in the Ultimates, it was Tony, but in the basic 616, the real one was Hank Pym. And the thing with Ultron is, because of Hank Pym having part of his personality in him, he had the abusive side where he hated all humanity. So he was constantly like, I hate humans, let me blow everything up, I don't have emotions, kill. And it's the thing with the Age of Ultron is he had character. He was witty because he had parts of Tony Stark, which was sarcastic and funny and downright terrifying. Because just him in general, his idea is I'm going to destroy the Earth by making a giant meteor crash into it. You don't see that every day when it comes to a villain.
Yeah.
That's pretty big. And the fact, one of the arguments also, I'm almost done. One of the arguments that some people had also is he didn't do anything. If you pay attention pretty closely, he does a lot. He becomes part of the entire internet. He tries to hack into nukes. He steals a crap ton of vibranium, wrong one. And also, he's
Actually,
killed a lot of people. He left a blood trail behind him. They just didn't show it because it's Marvel and Disney.
Yeah.
And he threatened to blow the world up with a giant meteor, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, he's probably my favorite MCU villain. So, yeah.
Cool.
That movie is great. I love it.
All right, so now let's wrap it up with one question that our friend Felipe submitted via our Twitter. So if you guys ever want to get a question on the show, tweet us at Hero Talk Pod, and we guarantee we will answer because no one does it, and we will give you credit on air. So yeah, so our friend Felipe asks, what's your anticipation level from 1 to 10 for Captain America Civil War? So Chris, I'll let you start.
7 or 8, I'd say.
All right, Josh?
9. Well, actually, right now is like a 10. Or right now is a 9. Yesterday was like an 8. Tomorrow is going to be a 10. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Raymond? Is there a number
I jokingly
on the
said 50.
scale
It's definitely 10.
10.
It's definitely 10. It's going to be great. I just know it.
I'm at a 9.5. The Force Awakens was a 10, and I don't know if I'm not as pumped as that, but I don't think I'll ever be as pumped as that. So I'm gonna go a 9.5 on my anticipation level for Civil War. So that'll do it for this show. I'd like to thank Raymond, Chris, and Josh for joining me today, and see you guys later. And subscribe to the channel and blah blah blah.